Welcome back, you guys, to
guys.
K and K. This is episode 2. We're gonna call this like growth. We got a lot of stuff we need to discuss and address. This,
A lot of stuff happened since the last time we were.
Yeah, a lot of stuff has happened since the last time we were here. Shoot, I mean, in the process, I, got a new job and whatnot, working on it or whatever. Still in school per usual, but
Yeah.
I'm just ready to get that over with too. I'm so far behind in school, it's not even funny.
Yeah. Well, it's no such thing as being behind.
Oh yeah, I'm failing classes.
Oh.
Not even,
I thought you meant like the time it took.
No.
I was like, take your time as long as you get it done.
No. My shit is kind of like your girl is. Well, I think what really,
like when life happens.
yeah, it was life, and I think what really happened with that was, I had the internship when school was in, so I missed like that first week of school, and then everything after that was just kind of like it drops. At that point, like there was just no.
Well, shit. Are you gonna be able to pass throughout the semester, or?
I can still catch up, almost one of my classes are internship classes, which is you just getting your hours, and because I have like my new job or whatever, that'd be like my internship stuff. It's really my media writing class and my other like audio class. It's like I gotta catch up on because I missed like 2 projects. So at this point, it's like it's about to be like midterms and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you still have some time because midterms and you got the whole like second half of the semester. So
yeah,
you should be good.
Hopefully,
You got this.
hopefully, because your girl is. I need to graduate. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
I mean, I already got a set job, but it's good to have a degree too. So
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't tripping on that. But yeah. So let's just talk about this drama that's going on in the media right now.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck
We
is
have
going
2
on?
things. By the way, happy Black History Month, you guys.
Nah, we gonna just move on to next year.
No, you can't cancel
We can throw.
it. You cannot cancel
we
Black
gonna
History
throw.
Month
We gonna throw
for
this
a few
whole
people.
month. We gonna throw this whole month away because
No.
this is no way. Like, like
Let's
this shit was
celebrate
not okay.
our Black, heritage.
Our Black heritage is a hot mess right now.
It is a hot mess.
I
you
mean,
guys. We
like,
got a lot
what's
of work to
going
do.
on? Like, damn. Let's fucking start with like, oh. I don't know, because they all have like equal like drama within them, so it's like you don't even know where you really want to start right now. Like, I think I want to start. Where do I want to start?
First of all, R. Kelly is in jail, you guys.
Let's talk about that.
R. Kelly is in jail.
Let's
This
fucking
nigga
talk about
10.
that. He finally turned himself in.
Yes.
Which is, well, I think at that point they already knew, like, dude, you're caught. Like, you have no choice. You can't run anymore. Like, at that point in
You
time,
called.
like, yeah.
You did what you did. You did your dirt. So,
That's
leave.
basically what it is. But the funny part is like he's only getting convicted of those things that happened in that video. He's not getting convicted of everything that happened in the past
I know,
or
it's
anything.
only 10
yeah, like
counts.
everything that he did, he's not really getting convicted of it. And I mean, it's a good and a bad thing because he still turned himself in, but then at the same time, it's kind of like he could get away with that still. In a way, like he ain't gonna do as much time.
He's getting away with already a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like he's getting away with a lot of shit, and it's like it's still crazy, but at the same time, it's kind of like he did. I guess he really didn't have a choice but to turn himself in.
Well, yeah, because Chicago wasn't playing.
Yeah, they was like, nigga, you go. Like
2 people.
Yeah, but I don't know. It makes me wonder, like, are they gonna like give him like probation? Like, you know how like Bill Cosby, even though Bill Cosby's like 96 years old. But
did you hear that Bill Cosby said he liked being in jail?
Yeah, he did. He said it's like a life lesson or some shit like that.
Oh my God! Look, trying to learn a lesson from going in jail.
Yeah,
I mean,
but then I think he's a lot more privileged. He's a lot more privileged than most people that's in jail
sure
too.
He's not in like.
No, I think he's
jail,
like in what is it called? Consolidated confinement or some shit like that.
Like where you like. Got
Yeah, like where you got your own shit. You got your own thing. They basically like waiting for old men to die. I hate to say it like that, but they kind of they just waiting out the day. I'm pretty sure he probably reads books and shit all day.
Yeah,
fucking like.
And that's what he's been doing anyway. So he's
What
like,
exactly?
Oh,
it's
and
like,
I get fed. I ain't gotta cook. They probably giving him some good meals.
Yeah, because I mean he's still kind of filthy rich.
Yeah.
Kind of. R. Kelly on the other hand, That was kind of weird. I mean, I guess I saw it coming, but then at the same
Just with
time,
everything going on, I'm just
yeah,
glad that a
it
little
happens
bit of
so
help.
weird. Like, and then they're all in the same city.
Yeah, Chicago wasn't playing.
Yeah,
They wasn't playing. They was like, look, too much bullshit is happening with our name on it. We gonna fix it.
yeah, because Chicago already has a lot of shit going on, which is like, you know, they gotta get that in order. But with that being said, if y'all guys don't know, you know, the story behind like the R. Kelly stuff, of course, if you haven't watched like the documentaries, I strongly, you know, recommend at least like teenagers watch it at least one time, or at least watch the first episode. You don't have to watch all three, you know, because it is kind of like a traumatizing type of thing, because, you know, you wouldn't think something like that happens in real
It's like when
life.
you look up to somebody,
Especially
and
if you're
they
looking
feel
up to them. Exactly, like that shit's crazy. Like, I'm still like in shock with that shit. But at the same time, basically what happened, you know, R. Kelly's been convicted of, you know, like having sex with underage girls, you know, at the age of 14 and under. But according to him, you know, he didn't do none of that stuff or whatever. Or they was of age, most of them say. Did you see also that the two girls that he's still with, they showed up at his hearing? Azriel and Jocelyn.
They just
You know, the parents
they
are still
showed up
looking for them. Yeah,
like,
as
just a
support
for him.
like at the hearings and everything. Like, and then they told them,
that good.
and then the lawyers told them that they're not allowed to like sit with their parents. Like, the parents are at the hearing and everything too.
Like
So,
going again.
yeah, so they can't go see their parents. Like, they can't go sit with their parents or anything like that.
But they didn't come to see their parents. They came to support him.
Exactly, but you know, because their parents are like, you know, their parents want to save them.
Yeah.
And so they was, I guess, like a way of maybe R. Kelly getting his way, or, you know, they have the lawyer behind them while he's not there.
Yeah.
To like be like, okay, well, they're here in their mind, so they can't be in contact with their parents. Because, you know, of course, it's like if it's your child, you see your child for the first time in so many years, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna try to go talk to your child, try to do something, and, you know. But yeah, they went to the hearing and everything. I was like, that's fucking crazy. He still got 2 females that's riding behind him. 2 females. That's crazy. But girl, that's Black History Month for you.
I mean, justice is being, you know, given, but then again, it's just bad that it's our own kind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, and it is like, it even doesn't make it any better because it is Black History Month, so everybody's taking it a little differently, because you have to look at like R. Kelly stuff, and then, you know, we'll elaborate on this a little bit later, but, you know, you got the Jussie Smollett stuff that's happening right now.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Jordan, that stuff that's happening, all in the Black History Month. We're supposed to be celebrating our culture, and yet we're like, it feel like it's an embarrassment at this point.
Yeah, and it's just bad because all those things are being in the news, but you're not seeing.
Yeah,
like,
but
the
you're
good
not
stuff
seeing like the good things that happen. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people working behind the scenes and making Black History Month, you know, worth it, but they're not being, you know, put to the front because of things like this.
Yeah, and that's the bad part about it, is because media is so like predominant right now that it's more important that people are looking at it in this type of manner. So it's like they can't, like, nobody has a choice but to pay attention to it. They can't ignore it. I mean, it's on every social network, whether it's Instagram, where it's Facebook, where it's Twitter, mostly Twitter. But, you know, like, if you have any form of that type of, you know, social media on you, then you're gonna see
and they're
it.
trying to force your opinion.
Yeah, and then you have so many people who has that. Yeah, you're not getting the story. You know, you're getting it from journalists. And this is the thing. Before we like touch on it too, it's like media wants you to look at a person in a certain way. That's how journalism works. Is that it could be biased, it could be fabricated or whatever, just long as like that person is, you know, I guess, like, what am I trying to say? Like, it's not plagiarized. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they can say whatever they want.
Yeah, they basically can say, like they can say.
They can show you the bad always and never like the good.
As long as they have the source.
Yeah.
No matter where they get the source from or how they got it.
I also feel like in these cases though, like, even though, like, you know, they try to like give, we haven't talked about Jussie yet, but like, you know, just in general, they try to give you like the things that's gonna make them look bad or make them look good.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, like, if it's truth, like that shit is gonna come to light. So no matter what the media does, like,
and that's the thing too, is kind of like,
that's
a point I want to make when we do hit that point. Even with like the R. Kelly stuff, it's kind of like, we know he did it because there's so much evidence, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there were so many people like backing him too.
Yeah, and there were so many people, and it's because of the media that stuff happens, is because they want to portray somebody as a certain way. But then it's kind of like, it's an opinion, but at the same time, it's kind of like, it's still like up to the person to feel like, oh, that's not true, or I feel like this isn't true. But it's, at the end of the day, it's still somebody's opinion until further facts are proven.
Yeah.
And most of the stuff on the internet is like not factual.
They put it out so fast. It like the first like few days, like it's not even, like, you can't even look at it as like truth, because you're getting the information so fast before they even got a chance to like actually see what was going on.
Exactly.
You know
like,
what I'm saying? Like,
and then because even then when like the documentary came out, I was astounded. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
it was a lot of information at one time.
It was.
Although
and
everybody,
I mean, and the whole documentary, it was spread out within like a 3 or a weekend period.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, that's still a lot to take in for a person, because even watching the first episode, you're just like, wow, like, this really happened, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, even more so, some like for the younger generation, like, we're in shock, but then for the older generation, it's like they, even when his music was first coming out, they heard like the rumors and stuff, and it's like it took till 2018 for something to come out for people to start believing like that he was like fuck shit.
Exactly.
And it's like, that's just how media work. They cover it up. BET was like, oh, still playing his music, even though
celebrating, and you have to like, you have what
people making fun.
Yeah,
of it.
like the Dave,
peeing on the
Dave
girl,
Chappelle did the skit too. You know what I'm saying? They made it as if it was a thing, and I mean, I'm good with comedy to get a laugh out of it, but at the same time, if it's like something that serious, you can still make jokes about it, but you still have to take action for what the wrongdoing that was done. Exactly. And I think like over time, people are so used to just blowing stuff under the rug, you know, him getting off. I think now we live in a day and age where we're starting to hold people accountable, but then at the same time, you can't hold them accountable because of the way the media portrays stuff. Yeah, because you don't really know what's true until exactly. They just they get a little piece and they run with it. They run with it. Everything blows out of proportion, and then it's kind of like nobody really knows the truth. I mean, it's kind of like you have to let law play its part. We won't know until, you know, they go to court and hear the stuff. We can only, you know, go off of what is being put out in the news. But at the same time, if they're not going through courts, then you already know. If somebody done pay somebody to let get rid of it. Yeah. Exactly. Like, you know, we know, but it's just kind of like people just turn their heads into stuff like that. And I'm just like, that's one thing I do like about this new generation, and just like when something is wrong and people are willing to fight for it, things get done. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. People seen the R. Kelly and stuff, and they didn't rest until he in jail, and this is where he's at right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long he'll be in there, but, you know. If they give that man probation, I'm just like, what? I'm going to be mad. Because I'm just like, they did all that, and that man just got probation. Yeah. But they said it was it wasn't like the last picture. You know, like the last VHS they found, like this one is actually like clear. You can see the girl, you can hear him talking, you can see that he's talking. So they convicted him of the video, and I guess like he's still getting convicted, but then it's kind of like but there's so much, it's like we were saying, like there's so much other stuff that he's done that he's not paying for. But at the same time, like this stuff right here can still put him up for a long time though, because it's still a minor. Yeah. Even though it was a long time ago, which is weird because it's kind of like why didn't they do this like back in like the 2000s, like when he was on trial? Like, where was this video at? How come it's already just now serviced? Like, that makes no sense. Like, somebody had the video all along and just was like, all right, holding on to it, and I'm paying for it. Like, you know, like, but they won't put the witness out. I don't know who the witness is though. Well, at least I haven't seen anything about it.
Yeah.
But, you know, and then we move on to this Jussie Smollett stuff. That was...
I guess we should start off like saying like the story.
Yeah,
because
so
it switched so fast.
It did switch fast. Basically, I think maybe a week ago, something like that. Maybe a week ago, week and a half ago. Basically, he went out for a sandwich to get something to eat. Basically, Subway. Fresh. Yeah, something like that. Because he was hungry. Went out his hotel room and went to go get something to eat, and he basically got the shit beat out of him.
Yeah, they said they tied ropes around his neck and poured bleach on him.
Yeah, it's basically what was reported that happened to him.
He reported that.
Yeah. With that being said, he had a lot of people backing him up. A lot of people, a lot of celebrities. I mean, there is still celebrities now that's still like, oh, he didn't, like, that's not him. But you know what I'm saying?
A lot of them also that like it's quiet. It's silent.
Yeah, like now it's silent because it's kind of like, I get why the celebrities are silent, because it's kind of like now your judgment is being played with. So whatever you put out, you have to watch what you putting out. So even if you do like support them or not support them, it's kind of like you can't put your statement out because somebody's gonna look at you different. And then now you looking like,
because you supporting your friend,
exactly.
But your friend could actually be doing wrong.
Yeah,
like you are like trying to do wrong too.
Exactly. Yeah. So it makes it seem like. So I see why celebrities are not saying anything, because you know they still have their reputation to fulfill. Not saying that they're not like telling him in private, hey, I still support you regardless of what's going on in the media or whatever. We don't really know that. You know what I'm saying? But I get why they're like doing it. But yeah, so basically it flipped real quick. A week later, it basically turned out he now is being indicted because he put out a false report. They found a surveillance cam and a surveillance video of the two guys that allegedly, like, I guess, beat him or whatever, buying, MAGA hats and all that other good stuff, that.
So it's almost like a setup.
Basically, and they're like now saying that he paid them $3,500 to kick his ass or something like that.
Yeah.
And it also was said
with them
like he had
after.
Yeah. But then I also read that it said that the guy said that they talked to him before then, but I guess it was like he had a threat letter sent to him or something.
It looked like a little baby kid wrote it or something.
Yeah, it was something weird like that. So I was like, I don't know where that comes from. So they was like, that's not from us. Like we didn't do that. Like,
I feel like, I'm not gonna say what I feel like. And then he went in the middle of the night, he wrote that shit, he mailed it to himself, and then he was like, oh my God, I have a hate letter. I just don't understand, like, I feel for him, but then I don't, because I keep bringing up Black History Month, but even for like the LGBTQ, whatever, for that community, it's like people look up to him, and he's a role model whether he wants to be or not only for like being Black and being an actor, but also like being in the gay community. Exactly. So you shouldn't even put yourself in that position, because there's so many people and young people and all. And that's the part too that's like, that's what makes it iffy, because it's kind of like, if you know for yourself, like, okay, I have all these people look up to me, what is your motive for doing it? I'm not saying like, because I don't like to take sides. I don't know. We don't know if he did it or if he didn't do it.
That's why I'm not taking a side. I'm not saying he did it or didn't, because just like I was saying before with the R. Kelly stuff, the media is making everybody look a certain way. Just like last week, everybody was with him. Now everybody's against him because there's just like I said, the media takes that little piece of information, they run with it, and then it allows people to. It manipulates people's thinking, because now people are like thinking too deep into something that happened. I get why.
It's okay, but in 2019, in the technology age,
Yeah.
there's so many ways you can get receipts.
Yeah.
Like, even if you think you hid everything, there's technology everywhere. That's
what
shit's
I'm
gonna
saying.
come
So
to light.
exactly, that's what I'm saying. So that's the point I'm saying. Is like, if he did it, it's going to come out.
light, yeah.
If he did not do it, they're gonna get, and
They're
then
gonna find a way to prove him right.
Yeah, and
or
I see why celebrities are not like
saying anything
because it's kind of like, if you know a person, just like if you knew me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you knew me and you're like, all of a sudden I'm in jail and you're like, she's not the type.
Yeah.
Like, why is she, what, you know, what the hell? Somebody had to, like, you know, set her up type shit or whatever. And that, I feel like that's kind of how it is. It's kind of like nobody's believing him, but they're allowing like the media to not believe him at the same time. Because if you know a person, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people out there that know him saying like, I know him.
There's a lot of people who do know him who's also being silent,
and that's his. For one, his family. Like, his family has not said anything point blank. Period. Because I know but then this is what kills me too. They tried to pull that, oh, he's suffering from a drug problem right now, type shit. So I'm like, okay, so now he has a drug problem. He done got beat up. He has a drug problem. He's been indicted. You know, like, there's so much information being thrown. You really don't know what's true at this point.
My mom, and she was like, what did she say? She said, it's a plot for Empire. He said if they gonna say, oh, this is part of the TV
I heard
show.
I heard that. I had heard that on Facebook.
He getting dragged out here for a TV show? I don't think so.
Not for a TV show. But then I also heard that he wasn't getting paid enough. It's why, like,
okay, well,
it
work
happened.
harder. Like, you don't.
Yeah, like,
that's
you don't.
Not a way you do that.
That is not a way you do that. Like, and I feel like, in a way, like, he didn't do it, and maybe he had an idea that, because at the same time too, it's kind of like when, just like how like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj always get into it and then boom, somebody drop an album. This is the same situation, because apparently his whole, like, he was supposed to come out with an album and he wanted the guys to help him buff up. Like, he needed 2 trainers because he told them, oh, I want my body to look like your body, type shit. And they supposed to train him. He paid them $3,500 type shit or whatever. And that's kind of, that's so basically the story.
Beat him up, though?
Yeah, like, that's, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if they beat his ass, like, you know what I'm saying? If they beat his ass, that's going to be on them, though. You know what I'm saying? Because, bitch, at the end of the day, if that check went through and you assume that it didn't, you go to jail.
What he do? Not show up to the workout session? You wasting my time. I'm beat your ass in my subway.
Right.
What the hell? No, I don't think that. I don't know. Honestly, like,
it all is iffy because it's so much information being thrown out all at one time that it's not allowing people to be like really think logically about the situation. Because irregardless if he did set the shit up, you know what I'm saying? I'm so sorry, Jussie. I fuck with you, but then I ain't gonna have to. I can't fuck with you no more. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch Empire. When I did watch it, it was because of him. Because I liked his character.
He has such a good presence, not just on the show, but just in general. I really hope, you know, that all this stuff is fake. But like, as the receipts come out and as the information come out, it's starting to look a little shifty. You know what I'm saying? Like, after a while, you can't pull yourself back out. There's no way you can.
But just like with the R. Kelly though, like with the R. Kelly stuff, you knew for a fact he did the shit. Even though he denied. It turned out he did it, even though everybody knew he did. This particular information.
People were still working with him. People were still supporting him.
But this particular situation is kind of like, you really just, honestly, you just don't know, because there's so much information like being thrown out. You know what I'm saying? And even if dude has a freaking drug problem, that's his problem. That, you know, that's something he has to do with. You don't have to put.
I think they're saying that so that way he don't go to jail, because and he'll go like to a mental.
And what if that man ain't really like doing drugs?
He not.
That's why. That's the point. That's what I'm like. This is why the media is the way it is because it's trying to portray people to be a certain way so they can believe what they want to.
Felony, because
he really, because I mean, the false report part is what's really gonna get him in trouble. But that's really what's gonna get him in trouble.
Being embarrassed and lying, you know, that's not the issue. But he filed an actual report. You know what I'm saying? It's different if he was like in the media. Oh my God, I got beat up, but didn't report anything. But he brought the actual laws into it.
But see, he did, and see that's where like I think he went wrong because he didn't put that report out for a while before. I mean, I think he was healing in a hospital for a while before he even put a report out. And then I guess they did that little investigation, and that's just kind of how that went. But I don't know. Chicago is just, shook right now. I don't know what's going on with the media and all this other stuff, which leads to
it's snowing in Calabasas.
Look, these Kardashians too. Cause listen. Honey.
Before we get this, we're gonna say how you say honey. You lose them, how you get them.
How you get them, honey? Listen.
You lose them, how you get them.
You cannot turn a hoe into a housewife, and you can't turn a man into a real man without him knowing that he being a real man. Cause if he hoeing, shit, you can't change him either.
You knew he was a hoe, and then
you tried it. You can't turn no hoe into no housewife, male or female. I'm sorry. Like if they a hoe, they just that's just what they are.
If you willing to accept that, fine. And even more so, I feel bad because at the end of the day, no one deserves like being cheated on, and no one deserves
exactly.
Because even before this whole we're talking about Jordan Wish, by the way.
Yeah.
But even before all this, he was still cheating. You know what I'm saying?
He did.
He was still cheating. It wasn't even like, oh, this is the first person.
He cheated at least twice.
5 times.
Yeah. See, it's too many. Like at that point, look, Chloe, this is all on you, fam. At this point, look, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Well, yeah. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, it's kind of like, girl, if you see this man keep doing this stuff to you.
While you was pregnant.
Yeah. I would have ran for the hills. I don't care. Like, of course, like, I get,
she got the money. She don't need him.
Exactly. She don't need him. But I get the whole, like, comfort you want your family. You want your child to be in a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
And it always don't work like that. But, with them being rich and being inside the media, they want to portray their family like that. Like, they see everybody in their family like that. I feel like, in a way, like, she see her whole family like that. She see her whole family like that she wants that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all her sisters are married or, in a relationship. Like, you even got Kylie, who's, like, with Travis Scott, and they have a kid, and they're happily together. You know what I'm saying? So she keeps seeing it, but it's kind of like, you can have those things, but you have to have a standard for yourself.
No, okay, their whole family, for one, like...
It's misconstrued.
But, like in Chloe's situation, you have to think about it this way. You got that man because he was with somebody else and he was cheating on you. I mean, on her with you.
Exactly.
And so if someone's already a cheater, 9 times out of 10, you're not the only person they cheating with. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So when you
were just lucky enough to get knocked up.
Yes, when you adopt that man, you adopt all that luggage too that he was already doing. He not cutting that stuff off. And even more so, I think he's like 26 or 27.
He looks old though.
No, but he's not. Jordan is 21. Mm-hmm. And then he's like 26 or 27. And then Chloe is like 34, 35.
See, I didn't even know that.
So it's like...
you fuck with your own age group.
I mean, like, it's nice. Love, when love happens, it happens, okay? But also, like, young people have tendencies. And guys mature slower than females. So he might not even be ready for a committed relationship because obviously he cheated on his last 2 people,
And one of them, I think the last girlfriend was pregnant.
Yeah.
He left her for Chloe.
For Chloe.
And she was pregnant.
And that's when,
karma's up.
Yeah.
I hate to wish that upon people, you know what I'm saying? But you have what you get into you.
Yeah, but you're not wishing it. It happens how the universe is. If you do something, it's going to come back around.
Yeah, it's going to reciprocate. Just point blank period. Like, you have to acknowledge for what it is. Now, she may have got it in the worst way. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. But you have to look. I feel like Kylie's probably hurting worse than anybody.
But she also, Kylie was with Tyga, who was with Black China, who was Kim Kardashian's really close friend.
Yeah,
you know
but then
so now you lost your best friend.
But see, at this point, Kylie shit isn't ongoing though. She let her shit ride out as long as she ride out, and she fell out. Like she removed herself from those type of situations. You see, she moved from her home.
Yeah,
she moved
she
into.
did.
She didn't allow those things to keep happening to her. You know what I'm saying? Like after him, it was Travis Scott, and she's been with Travis Scott since.
Time, yeah.
So it's kind of like at the same time, like I still kind of feel like she's still getting it worse because she's not that's your best friend. So it's kind of like you looking, like you looking at it. It's kind of like, bitch, you just. Like, it's worse than you finding your best friend sleeping with your boyfriend.
I don't know about worse.
I think that's kind of worse because, well, in their situation, it is a little worse because they're all family. You know what I'm saying? So they sit and eat at the same table every day. They all live on the same street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are considered family at that point. So it's kind of like, I feel like it's a little bit worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see that type of shit coming. At least in a way, you don't see you cheating on your boyfriend, you know, your boyfriend cheating on you with your best friend either, but you definitely don't see that type of shit happening either. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the same in a way, but then it's kind of like with her, like she has to reevaluate a friendship that she's had for 10 years.
It's like, okay, do you let go of the friend or do you try to work through it? Because,
but then see, that's the hard part too, because you don't know.
But she didn't sleep with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the hard part too, because you don't know. We don't really know what exactly really happened. Because even though stories that happen, even though stories come out with the Kardashians, we never really find out the real blank truth because the Kardashians are filthy rich, so they gonna let out what needs to be let out. They gonna put in the media what they want to put out in the media. So according to them, it happened.
That's what they were saying. Like Kris Jenner did it, like for the season finale. You know what I'm saying? Release the information.
Mm-hmm. See, this is all publicity stunts.
But it could not be.
But you messing up a girl's life. Like, regardless if she did that or not, who's to say he didn't come to her first?
That she, just made out with him. They were making out, whatever.
Which I get. It's still cheating. It's still cheating.
Especially with somebody's husband. It won't be different if it was a boyfriend or girlfriend. But, still.
Yeah. Partying too much in the Calabasas.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what
she was feeling herself.
Maybe she was, but we still don't know who did what.
How it is, and then that whole family's kind of weird. They're all super close. Like
that's what I'm saying. They're too close.
You be watching the show, right? And then you'll see Khloe all up on Scott, which is the oldest sister, I guess, ex-husband, even when they were husband, they were best friends. They was doing stuff together, and I was like, that's when your sister is fighting with her husband, you still hanging out with the husband. What kind of shit is that?
Exactly.
If my sister fighting with you, I'm fighting with you too.
It's all with the Kardashians. I feel like it's just all a publicity stunt type shit. The only person who really is getting out of it, like Kendall, she's about the real one. Kendall and Kylie starting to slowly get out of it. Yeah. But Kendall is like, fuck this shit. It's still my family, but I'm doing my own thing because she sees what it does. She knows that they live for those type of things.
Yeah.
And
so you always see her off scenes or doing her own thing, modeling or something, but you never see her with all that drama and stuff. And
she doesn't have
straight
too
for
many.
Family.
Yeah, she doesn't have too much. I think the only thing I saw her in was when Tinashe had broke up with Ben, the basketball player, and he claimed that he, if I want a Kardashian, I'll just go date a Kardashian. And then a week later, he was dating Kendall. But then not even a week later, he broke up with Kendall.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that was the only time I actually seen her in the media like that. Yeah. Which is, I think that's still pretty good for the family that you're in. You know what I'm saying? But it makes me wonder, what is Jordan Woods gonna do now? You know what I'm saying? Because she still get money because she is with contract with someone like the makeup line that Keyy has, so she still get a check.
Like, athletic wear too.
Yeah, she has her own athletic. I mean, I think her parents are still rich.
I think so too.
I think her parents are still rich, so it's not like it's like a terrible loss.
It's just like, you know, I think about it this way: like, she's only 21.
Exactly.
So like,
her life is barely started.
Yeah, like mentally, like not only did you, if she, I don't know if she went all the way with him or not, because they said that they seen her making out with him and stuff, and then they went upstairs and they didn't come down, and she didn't leave till 7 o'clock. So like, I don't know about you, but like, that sounds like something else happened. Even if nobody had proof, it sounds like something else happened. But either way, like, you know, you 21 and, you know, you living with your best friend, you know, you don't have your own place, and then you have to move. You're emotionally, like, you fucked up because you don't lost your best friend. You don't
yeah,
the family,
because your best friend is forced. Yeah, your best friend is forced.
And the world done turned on you because you in the social aisle and they over here like calling you a hoe and everything. Like, if you go on her social media and all her photos, like, you see like bad shit. Like, you see the comments from when it was old, and then you see the new ones. It's just like,
yeah, and it's, I think right now it's like 50-50, because even on Twitter some people are like, girl, go get that bag.
Yeah.
Like, leave them Kardashians alone. You know, you just got caught in the crossfire, which is half true. I mean, you know, you are dealing with the Kardashian, but like I said, Kylie's not as bad as she was never bad to me, though.
I think she was struggling, like, to even, like, you know, not be friends with her. Because if you see, she hasn't changed. Like, her Twitter banner is still her and Jordan, and she still has like the photos of her and Jordan on her social media.
That's her best friend. Like, that's like a sister to her. Like,
or whatever.
They've been through everything together. Like the surgeries, like surgeries. Like, I'm pretty sure you're the godmother of her child. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's something hard to fathom
now, and she knows Jordan. So
yeah, because the baby's 1 now.
I feel like ultimately, like, she's gonna mend that friendship, but like, it's a lot that she's gonna have to do, like, to mend with the family, because even though Kardashians, like, they're kind of like, you know, ruthless, they do take care of their own, and Jordan was considered one of their own. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why it's like hitting so hard for them. Even though you see them like doing stuff, like, you're not hearing too much bashing. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was someone else, like, they would have been in a Twitter fight or
exactly. She's not even saying anything about it.
Yeah, because she probably embarrassed. Like I'm saying, you 21 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you barely coming into yourself. Like, she's barely, like, you know, she just got like her new weight and like starting to like feel good about herself. And now like this stuff happened. You know what I'm saying? And even more, it's like Tristan is older than her. Like, not that much older than her, but like, if he was already like a cheater, you don't know what the situation may be.
You never know.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, even if it happens, she gotta look at like.
And the fact that their family is so close knit, like.
No telling.
Yeah, you no telling.
That's what it's like. That's why it's like them Kardashians better look out, because, you know, just like y'all know information, she know information too. She around just as much as y'all around. So it's kind of like, you gotta play the cards right, because irregardless, if y'all want to bash her the way y'all want to bash her, she can bash y'all just as much, but she's thinking smart about it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Staying quiet.
And I hate, like, that's how the Kardashians are, because they never like handle shit in a mature manner. Every time something happens to them, it always hit social media first, especially Kim ass. Like, they need to learn how to sit that shit down. Like, well, if y'all got something going on, sit your ass down and let it happen. Like, y'all ain't gotta go through social media every time some shit pop up, because it's just kind of like you're embarrassing yourself at that point.
I mean, they have their name for a reason.
Fucking Kardashians. but
yeah,
that is.
That's just it's touchy, you know. I don't know. I would be mad at my best friend. I mean, technically, like, she did it too. Like, I guess you would call her like your older sister.
They're the same age, I think.
No, like Khloe and Jordan, because
of course,
Khloe,
yeah.
like, put Jordan on her Good American campaign as well.
Yeah.
And like helped her like start her modeling career and stuff like that. So it's just like, damn, you do so much for somebody and then like
they turn around
they
and
turn
like
around
turn
and do that
around
to
on you. Yeah, that's the worst part of it all. It's like when you've been down for somebody for so long and then they turn around and they betray you in like the worst way.
Yeah.
It makes you not even want to like live your life, like, you know what I'm saying, because now you have to live your life differently. You feel like you got to change yourself for other people. Like you can't give people the same privilege because like somebody ruined that for you, you know what I'm saying, like, which goes into like,
right, but they can't say nothing because they do it to everybody. Like
they do.
I feel like the one thing with the Kardashian, like if something happens to them, they kind of just need to take it because like they do so much stuff to other people, or like, you know what I'm saying, like Khloe's done her dirt.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's a bad person, but she's done her dirt, so you can't expect for dirt not to be done to you, and you can't get mad when it's someone close to you. You know what I'm saying?
Because it usually is the person that's most close to you.
Especially if you make them feel comfortable enough to like do that, which makes you, you think like this girl is 21 years old, she's impressionable. Exactly. How is the dynamic in the household to make her feel like it's okay to even like be all up on him in the eyes of friends?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they was by themselves and they got caught. They was with other people. Which means it's done happened before.
Exactly, and then it's, they have so much freedom within each other that shit is like it's bound to like happen,
to come out.
Yeah, like, and who's to say Tristan and Khloe wasn't already going through it? You know what I'm saying? Like they already got their problems. She probably already got trust issues. He feel like she's not being there for him even though she took him back or whatever. So of course, like with a man, if they feel like they woman is not giving them what I guess like they need, he's gonna go find it somewhere else, regardless if you're not like,
I think he's just a cheater, and that's just how it's gonna be. Yeah. If he's a cheater, he's a cheater.
That's very true. Very true.
Because it could be good, and he could still go around.
Because it's all at that point, it's all up to him if he want to change or not. And clearly, you having kids is not gonna change that. Point blank, period. Like you're gonna be who you are until you take accountability for it.
Marriage never fix anything. No. Marriage doesn't fix anything.
Marriage don't fix anything. Having kids don't fix anything.
Yeah.
It's all within yourself. Like if you're not willing to change yourself, then you're never gonna change. Point blank. Like.
And that leads us to the next question. Well, the next topic is growth.
Growth.
Yeah.
I want to figure out, like, with everything that that's going on, like,
how do you move on, I guess, from
like how do you even move on from situations? And I'm not just talking like celebrities, I'm talking like in general. Like we can put all these topics to the side, but let's just talk in general. Like, we all go through like different stuff. It's kind of like how, as you as a person, regardless if you've been like cheated on or you've cheated or like you didn't pass that test or whatever, like how do you grow into somebody better? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would they grow into something better? Is the question.
I don't know. I feel like with growth, like it has to start from within, because like I feel like a lot of people, like you rely on the people around you to give you happiness, and you rely on the people around you to like show you your worth. Mm-hmm. But the only way that you're gonna be able to, grow on your own and like be able to live with yourself no matter what happens to you or what you do that may be good or bad is for you to be okay with yourself and stable within yourself.
Exactly. I feel like people go through so much in their life that sometimes it's kind of like they don't want to grow, even though like they feel like they should. It's just
you almost
like,
stop yourself from growing.
It's like a mental thing. It's like it's like you get so complacent because it's like, well, then if I do, like they feel like they can't.
Well, because in order to grow, you're gonna have to fail, and
and then they feel like since they failed so much, they don't want to keep failing. Because I mean I can agree, like you get knocked down so many times, or nothing goes your way.
It's hard
because you get into this mental state and then it's hard to get out of it. And once you do get out of it, it's kind of like you're trying so hard to keep yourself from getting out of it that you get right back into it.
Yeah.
And then you're back in like that same rotation, because that stuff is hard. Like, you know, no telling like what all of these people are going through within the social media or just anybody in general. Like, you have to know when to like just let things go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like
forgive, but don't forget.
Yeah.
And just, you know, don't linger on the bad things, because they're going to happen no matter how good life may seem or how much money you got or, you know, what position you are. There's always going to be something or someone better than you. There'll be something's going to knock you down.
Exactly.
And you have to know how to pick yourself up and be able to like let that go. Or even if you can't pick yourself back up, like don't linger on that negative feeling and be like, okay, I failed. What can I do next time in order to be in a better situation?
And it can be hard because, you know, there are people who like suffer through like anxiety and depression. That's a little bit harder for them to do that, which, you know, I can agree to. You know, it's not easy being in depression or having anxiety because you're going when you're doing both at the same time. It's kind of like your mind is telling me like you're not good enough. So then because you feel like you're not good enough, your mind is also thinking, well, dang, like this is my fault, or this is my fault, or I could have done this better. So then you're just sitting there pacing back and forth, and then
instead
next
of
thing you know,
like moving forward,
you're having a panic attack, and you can't move forward. So then you're just kind of like you don't know what to do with yourself. You know, then you feel like you're in this small bubble to where you like nobody is with you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can have all these people around you, but still feel like
lonely.
Lonely. You know what I'm saying?
And it's because it's internal.
Yeah,
you can't base your happiness off of the people around you, because even the people that you trust the most and that you love the most, they're gonna have days. They could be having the same bad day that you're having, and because of that, y'all are not there for each other the way that you need them to be there, and you're left feeling alone. And the only way you can do that is if you value yourself enough to try to, like, you know, understand that.
Yeah, and it could be hard. Like, it is hard. I'm not gonna say it's not
easy.
It's hard as heck, but
sometimes like I like to like just stop for a second and like just breathe. You know, you breathe every day, of course, like you're living, but like stop and focus on your breath, because like you don't focus on the small things. You're so worried about everything that's happening. You're not focusing on the small things that's keeping you here. You know, being thankful for life, being thankful that you even have the option to breathe on your own, because some people don't have that.
Yeah, I had to do that like recently, where it just kind of like
just take a moment and just
like, take a moment, just like let it all out. Because I will find myself doing that too, where it's just kind of like I just sit there and I'm just like, all this stuff is going right, but then at the same time you have all this stuff that's going wrong, so you don't see all the things that's going right. Yeah, you're seeing all the stuff that's going wrong over that. And I do that a lot, is where it's kind of like, because you feel like you have to control everything that goes on in your life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You want things to, you know, you want that certain boss to like you, or you want your job to go a certain way, or you want that promotion to go the way you want to, or there is that girl or that guy that you want to like so bad, or you want them to feel the same way that you feel. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then it gets hard because you feel like you want to be in control and you can't.
And you can't be.
And I think that's what's wrong with like a lot of us today, is kind of like we want to have all the control, and I realize that we can't control everything. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at that point in time, it's kind of like you can't, like, for example, like even in a relationship, you can't make somebody spend time with you. That's up to them. If they want to spend time with you, they're going to spend time with you. Exactly. If they're, you know what I'm saying? If you're that type of person who likes to have phone calls every day or something like that, and you're like calling that person, but they're like, oh, hey, I'm going to call you back. At that point in time, there's nothing you can do about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that person is going, if they like you, trust me, you're going to know it, because they're going to do everything that you want them to do. You know what I'm saying? From day one.
They're going to do whatever. They're gonna do whatever that. Can you cut that out?
What is it?
I'm tripping because I took the earphone out and I was like, it's quiet as fucking here. My neighbors. Talking a lot of stuff. I'm sorry.
I could try to compress
y'all, it. I just had a bloop moment. I don't know.
It's okay. You're gonna hear noise, but
okay. Yeah, but fuck I was talking about.
No, but
this is life right here.
This is life, but it's all about growth. You know, if you want to be somewhere in your life, just like strive for that. Like if you know, like you want to be a rapper, you want to be a singer, just keep going. Don't fucking care what everybody else is telling you. Like for every one person that's telling you can't, there's 10 more people who's telling you can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
don't look at the negative all the time.
like don't put the negative on you. Like push yourself more than anything to do what you have to do, because I guarantee you that growth is what's gonna get you to where you need to be. Because like even me and Krischelle, like that's how we are. Like, you know, we're fresh YouTubers, you know, we're trying to get out there, and you know, of course we get complacent because it's kind of like it's a slow process, but at the same time we're still like
trying to push forward,
you know what I'm saying,
without
like,
losing our, you know, our meaning, the meaning that we want to have for our channel. So
exactly, that's what I'm saying. So with that being said, happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month, guys. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that except for just love yourself.
Really do love yourself.
Listen to, I guess, I'm not gonna say God. Not everybody believe in God, but for those of you who do, like, He shows you signs and He leads you in the right way. So you have to just listen to Him, because the more you fight it, the more like you bring on that bad stuff on you. Exactly. When you don't have to really go through all of that. You really don't.
You know, like if you just do what you're supposed, or you not even say supposed to, just listen, you know, and follow that path, I guarantee you will get what you want. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just like stay true to your authentic self. Don't let nobody tell you you're not capable of doing anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always here, you know what I'm saying? Whenever I am here, because I'm pretty busy, but yeah. Yeah. But we do love you guys. For all our new people out there, I am Keyy.
And I'm Krischelle.
And this is the K&K Dynasty. You know, you're listening to episode 2, but if you have not already, you can go take a listen to our episode 1. We also do reaction videos. You can go check those out too at our YouTube, K&K Dynasty. Mm-hmm. And my Instagram is Could It Be Keyy with 2 Y's, 1_.
And mine is Simply L, and that's SIMPLY_ELLE. Simply L on Instagram, Twitter, and
you can just hit us up anytime. You know, DM us if y'all have any questions or if
you want us to talk about. You know, if maybe special guests sometimes.
Yeah, we would definitely look up to special guests if y'all have anybody. DM us. We would love to have y'all here, you know.
Y'all want to talk about something, a topic that, you know, means a lot to y'all. Just, you know, DM us. We're open for a lot of things because we just want to, you know, keep the community active and all that good stuff.
Yeah. If you're in the Dallas area, I don't know. If you're not in the Dallas area, I ain't trying to, you know, get you flued out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't flued off people. Flued off.
But we will try to like visit. You know, we're looking forward to like traveling and stuff like that and doing more. You know,
we have a lot of plans.
We have a lot of plans. We just have to put them into motion. You know what I'm saying?
Focus on our growth.
And definitely focus on our growth.